Alright, what's up guys, Zach Jerome here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a pretty cool future bass drop, a style that I've been working with for a while now. So what I have set up here is just like a quick little intro. You can see it's only like 8 bars, and then I have where I'm going to do the drop, and already set up I have all this is like a kick and a snare. I'll play for you. Just real simple, but I'm going to build the drop over that. I just wanted to have that down so you guys didn't have to sit through me putting that down. So I'm going to show you the intro now, what is going to build up to the drop. Yep, so that's the intro, so I'm gonna go ahead and build the drop, but before I do that I want to show you a couple of these presets I made here, just for the sake of showing you what I'm working with. I have these. I did make that with Sylenth1. I am not giving a tutorial on this part because for the sake of time I just want to show you what I have here without having to show you how I made them, because that'll take a long time. Got those, and then I have that is actually a preset. It's on the second tab, number 166 on Sylenth1. I bit crushed it, and then I layered it with high bells to kind of make like a little plucky sound. And then this is just the classic electric piano for from Logic Pro. It's just that. So yeah, that's basically it. And all together. Oh yeah, and not to mention this little thing I have here, which is just a hi-hat that's cut off. So let's get on to this drop and make an awesome sounding drop. So first thing I'm going to start with is the distorted sine wave. I have it like named here, so I'm going to go ahead and no plugin and no plugin, so I can start from scratch. And this is going to be the bass line, and since I already have the rhythm here, which is a pretty simple rhythm as you can hear, laying down this bass line will be easy because I won't have to, figure anything out. So all I'm doing for this one is going to pull it down to there. It was set on saw wave, but I want a sine wave. Keep the retrigger on and up that and up that just a little bit, so there's no clicky sound. So if you leave that down, there's that little pop when you release the key. You don't want that pop, so to get rid of that pop, you're going to lift that up just a little bit. See, the pop goes away, and now we're going to distort it with some overdrive a little bit. Not too much, but you definitely want overdrive on it. That should be good. Now what that'll do is it'll thicken your bass up, so it'll thicken your bass up, so it's not like a thin bass line. It'll be like really full and thick, and that's really crucial in future bass because you want your bass to definitely pop. So the bass line I'm going to use is the bottom notes on these chords right here. So to get that, I'm just going to take this and move it over here and open it up and remove all the notes that I don't want, which is all those and these. these. Okay, so now I'm going to move it down to my base layer. Come on, let's move over. Alright, there we go. It's a little too high up. So I'm going to pull it down. Is that the right note? I forget what I had this on. Oh yeah, that's what I had it on, okay. Alright, and so now that's what my bass notes are going to be, but that's not the rhythm they're going to be. So I'm going to play these. My issue with that is it's not really going with the rhythm. Future bass is like really funky rhythms, so all I'm going to do here is shorten them, so on every kick there is a short little bass note that hits at the same time. So that will be our bass line, but first, before we move on, I'm going to add a compressor to this. Now you can use Logic's compressor, which is this guy right here, but I'm going to use a compressor that I got from what's it called, Native Instruments, which is just way more aggressive, and I'm going to sidechain it to bus 7, which is what I have the kick on, because I don't want this kick crashing into the bass line because they're both low frequencies. So what I'm going to do here is, oh yeah, and what I did is I just added the kick layer, which is that right there, to bus 7, and then I took the output from, I put bus 7 on no output so it didn't double the output volume. So now I'm going to go back to my bass line, and I'm going to open up the compressor, and this is the same idea as Logic's compressor. So on here I'm going to click this, but don't worry about that because Logic's compressor doesn't have that function, so you're not going to worry about that. But the ratio I'm going to put all the way up. On Logic's compressor you would put the ratio all the way up. This threshold I'm going to bring all the way down, but Logic's threshold on their compressor is different, so you might end up doing a different setting on yours. This one doesn't go down as far as Logic's, so I'm putting it all the way up. I get the best result when I do that. I'm going to click Fast Attack. Don't worry about that, it's not on Logic's, and don't worry about that, and that should be it. Okay, I hope that's the right volume for that bass line. I don't want it to be too loud. Let me see where my kick's at. Oh yeah, my kick is way louder. So what I'm doing now is trying to get my levels. Before I move on, I'm trying to get my levels of my kick and my bass where I want them. I want the kick louder than the bass line, and I don't want the bass line too loud because I don't want it to squeeze out everything we're going to layer on top of that bass line. Alright, so for now I'm going to shorten. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to layer these bass lines with this bass line with some super saws. So first off here, open another layer of Silent One and insert preset, and for this one we're going to turn the retrigger off, which disables the saw waves to start at the same time, because super saw, a nice clean super saw, you want the waves to be starting different, and I want this very detuned. So that's the sound you should hear. And for this particular layer of supersaws, we're gonna do the same thing that we did, turn the retrigger off. We're gonna detune it heavily, and only this time we're gonna put an octave up, so we get like a nice screaming sound. Let me see what I wrote here. 2 octaves, saw, small distort. So I, to get the effect that I wanted, I added a little bit of distortion. So yeah. Now I'm going to go here, and actually I'm going to take these chords again that I had in the beginning of my song, and I'm going to copy and paste them, but I'll show you the notes that I used for that. So the notes that I use here are sound on the line. Come on, Logic. Right here. Here we go. These are the notes that I use. If you want to pause your screen here, I use. Oh, come on. I hope you can see these. Let me try to use these. So these are the notes that I used. You can see C2, C3, and up here. If you want to get them. So just pause your screen when I had those up if you want to get them. And it sounded like I had a little bit too much distortion, so I'm going to pull it down a tad. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to again add the compressor, sidechain it to the kick, everything really radical, and I forgot to shorten these up. So what I have to do here is make them the same exact size as the bass line. So remember, we shortened up the bass line to fit right on top of the kick. I'm doing that exact same thing with these chords here. I'm not sure how loud I want them yet, but it's okay. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer these with exactly what I had. So you can see I just completely duplicated these notes, and I'm going to put them on another layer, and no plugin. So let's open up another instance of Sylenth1. Insert preset, retrigger off. Same thing we did last time. We're going to detune up to there, 8 voices, saw wave, retriggers off, 8 voices, saw wave, and detune that. Don't worry about distortion. But we're going to add a couple things to this guy. We're going to go here to overdrive. We want to fully drive this. What I did originally was I just pulled that all the way up and not even touched that, and it worked great. What the distortion does now is it just thickens up the sound. So basically I'm trying to get a huge sound when this bass drops, and the distortion is going to help me do that. And you don't necessarily need like a million layers to get a huge sound, because and you'll see how when I'm finished this, how I only used a few layers, not that many layers, to get such a big sound. So Now we are on this step where we gotta, again, get it out of the way of the kick by using your compressor. I'm going to use, again, Native Instruments compressor, and the reason I'm using Native Instruments compressor is it's very, very aggressive. It's a lot more aggressive. I don't know if I already said this, but it's very aggressive, way more aggressive than Logic's compressor, and it actually makes the sound bigger. So I think it makes it sound bigger, actually, but that's just me. And yeah, so that's why I use that compressor. So I want to turn this distortion down. I forget how. Okay. Just missing a kick there. So now I'm going to take these plucks here that I showed you in the beginning. And I guess I'll show you, since I'm using them in the drop, I'll show you how I made those. These are just very subtle sine pokes. I'll show you, these are how the notes look. And to get this sound, what I did was I turned the retrigger off, put voice to 1, sine wave, up an octave, and that's really it. That's all I did. And then I added a, oh shit, I added a modulation envelope. So yours will look like this. It'll have a flat line. So I added the low pass, and then yours will also be straight up like this. I pulled it all the way down to the left. And then what I did down here is yours will look like this. Everything will be down. This will have nothing in it. And this will be straight up. So what you do to get a pluck sound is you pull that to the right, cut off A, pull this decay up. Oh shit. Hold on. Okay. So I don't know why the distortion or reverb stopped. Oh, okay, because of the automation. I forgot, but yeah, that's basically it to get those sine plucks. So now they're gonna be layered on top of the kick, which is different than what we've been doing here. Because yeah, the kick fires these big chords off, but the idea with these is that they're sidechained so that they're not in the way of the kick. These aren't sidechained, they're actually right on top of the kick. So that's what we got so far. Let's move along. So let's go here to we got to fill in these gaps now. So you see these big gaps here, from here to here, from here to here, here to here. Actually, before we do that, I forgot a step. Before we do that, I'm still not finished here. We got to make that more aggressive. So if we were looking at an EQ of the drop, of this entire drop, if we were looking at this EQ of this entire drop, it would fill up probably about to like here. It would nicely fill up to about here, but I need something that's going to scream in my listeners' ears. So to do that, I'm going to add a cymbal, a crash cymbal. Again, same stuff. I'm going to add a crash cymbal, and then I'm going to distort it and sidechain it, and I can use this one. I want this only to be as big as the chords. And if you notice, if you guys noticed, what am I trying to say here? I don't use any reverb. There's no reverb in this drop, and the reason for that is because reverb makes sounds very far away from the listener, and if you don't use reverb on any of your sounds, the sounds are right in the listener's face. So instead of using reverb, I'm going to use I'm just not going to use sounds because I want this sound as big and as close to the listener as I can get it, and that'll make for the biggest possible sound I can get, along with all these things I'm doing to make each of these sounds that I'm using really big. So here we go. I'm gonna murder this cymbal with overdrive. Yeah, that's loud. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix it. So let's add our compressor. Sidechain it, same deal, same deal. Let me just make sure that I have my little cheat sheet over here as always. Making everything to plan here, yep. So, just make sure these are big enough. Yep, okay. So, now we have to fill up those gaps, what I was explaining before, these gaps right here. So we gotta go from here to here, and we gotta put something in there, something that'll fit nice. So, I'm gonna, in future bass songs, you want a sound that's going to be really futuristic and fun to listen to. Future bass songs are so much fun to listen to because it's just weird stuff. You do weird the artists do weird things in their songs. So my first idea when I made this the first time was what I had in the beginning here. So I'll play what I had in the beginning here, but I'm not going to keep it, but it works. It's just not what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and play this, and yeah, okay. So that's what I had first, but I didn't like it because it was just not enough. I wanted it to be a little more aggressive than that. So I'm going to add that for the first hole. I'll do the same thing. And then all I'm going to do is copy and duplicate. And now I'm going to show you guys, wait, I got to show you guys how I made this preset. What am I doing here, man? Oh, yeah. I didn't really do much. All I did was take I went to the first tab and I went to number 30, which is key crystal bells, and yours should be somewhere up here, your release envelope, and then I pulled the envelope down. And that's pretty much all I did there, I think. And added a bit crusher to it with these settings. So if you want these settings, pause your screen and get them. Side chained it to the kick, same deal I just did like 7 times. Reverb that I actually have zeroed out right now because of automation. See, I have reverb over here, but none over here. I have it muted. And that's because I wanted this to be far away from you, and I wanted this drop to be close to you. So, one thing I noticed, these were a little quiet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn down these chords and see if that helps. So, these bells aren't big enough, so what I'm going to do is layer them and hope for a bigger sound. So what I'm going to layer them, a deeper sound. So this sound is octave lower, and it's number 166 on tab 2, key plug JB or whatever. That's what preset that is, and what I did with this is the same deal. I bit crushed it to make it bigger and nicer sounding. Side changes to the kick, you know that already, and 0 reverb. So layered with these is, but I don't like. Oops, I don't like that. What it sounds like when it's exactly layered. I'm going to show you how to make a little pluck sound. So if you move these forward, it actually gives you a nice little pluck sound. If you can hear, this one's firing just a split second before this one, and it gives you a little nice pluck. Like somebody with long fingernails is like plucking a string, so I'll play that for you. So now what we're going to do is we're going to progress our song to the second half of this drop, or however long you guys want to make your drop. I don't know. I mean, for me, this is just long enough, so let's duplicate everything, and what we're going to do here is we're going to make this second half a little more sparkly. So to do that, I'm going to take these guys that you remember from the beginning, and now since I'm using them, I guess I'll show you how I made them. What I did here is I put the voices up to 8. Yours should be somewhere down at 1. I put them up to 8. Your retrigger will be already on. Turn it off. It'll already be on the saw wave, I think. I put the detune up here to 419. Yours will have a straight line here. Put the low pass filter on. Keep your cut off. Keep all the knobs. Don't touch them because yours should look exactly like this. And then I think yours also looks just like this down here. And only difference with you is I gotta show you how I made them pitch up. So yours should look something like that. So if I play them, they'll sound like that. But I want them to do that nice pitch sound. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add pitch A here, and only pitch a little bit. So I'm gonna just turn that knob a bit. Uh-oh, I'm frozen. Please don't close. Oh, alright, that was weird. My thing just froze. I'll cut that out. But so now what we're gonna do is throw these guys over here in the second half of the drop to make this sound just really, really awesome. And to top off the awesomeness, I'm gonna add another layer over here. on top of the plucks. I want to enhance those plucks. So right now we have this added in, so I'll play with that. Wait, something's wrong here. I heard something happen. I just heard like a little click sound. What is that sound? Why do I hear a clap? Oh, okay. I had these, watch this. Yep, see? Just that little bit was noticeable. The compressor wasn't strong enough to get rid of that little lead I had there. So, yeah, that's what that sounds like with those. And let's add this awesome sound on top of these guys, the leads, remember? So, what we're going to do is we're going to layer this. We'll layer these with, a sound that's very, very sparkly and like in your face. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna initialize this, or insert preset, whatever, it doesn't matter which one you pick. Retrigger off, voices up to 8, and we're gonna use this guy, and then we're gonna go up here, and then we're gonna accompany that with a nice. I actually want this to scream. Yeah, I want this to scream. Nice little screamer. So, I'm gonna distort this too, just to add to the fun. And no, that's not gonna be loud enough. So I'm gonna put this up some layers, octaves. So let's see if we get what we want here. I think I want it to be a little more screamy. So let's see if we get what we want. I gotta listen to it from the beginning, so I'll play from the beginning, see if anything jumps out at me as like not good. So let's see what we got. Alright, well, I guess these could use a bit of tweaking, those things that I added. But nah, I mean, yeah, that's definitely what I was going for in terms of what I wanted to show you guys. So definitely, I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to me and hit me up for a private mentor if you're interested in that. Thank you.